Just sit comfortably in a nice seated meditation. We can close our eyes and focus on the breath for a few moments, relaxing any unnecessary tension in the shoulders, the neck, the hips, the back. Just see if we can get everything nice and quiet before we start moving. And just take a nice big breath, reach the arms up tall. Exhale, bring the palms together, rest them in front of the heart center, connecting to the heartbeat, connecting inward. Just stay here to deepen the breath. Just keeping the breath nice and slow and steady throughout the practice. Take another breath and reach the arms up tall. Once again, stretch it out here. Good stretch. Release, and then just bring your hands in front of you and walk them out. I like to move so you can walk your hands over to one side and then walk them over to the other side, just feeling that we can keep both sitting bones nice and grounded and move into the different areas of our back. So you walk the hands around and then just lengthen and relax forward and slowly release it up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, just place the fingertips down behind you and open the chest, pulling the shoulders back and away. Interlock the fingers, give yourself a breath, and then exhale, hinge the body forward, keeping those fingers interlocked and energized. Feeling that we're squeezing the shoulder blades, lengthening the spine and softening into the stretch just for a few breaths. You can feel free to sway a little bit side to side. Feels nice to do that. Take time coming up. Release the hands. Bend your right knee and put your left leg out straight. Come into a little side stretch here, reaching the right arm over. Fall into a forward bend just by rotating the body and lengthening over the straight leg. Bring your right hand behind you. Inhale, stretch it out. Really lift those hips up and away from the ground, reaching that left arm back away from the left foot. Slowly release, bring it back down. And then just bring that right leg in towards you, hugging the knee in and moving it around just to feel into those hips. Keep it nice and easy, just feeling inward. Bring your left leg and bend it in into that side stretch on the other side, reaching the left arm across from the left sitting bone. Long line, easy shoulders, and then just slowly transition into that forward bend by letting your body fall flat on top that straight leg. It doesn't matter how deeply you go, just feel that you can really relax into this position, letting that left hip open up and keeping that right knee pretty straight if you can, but if it's bent, it doesn't matter. Just breathe nice deep breaths into the lower back. Finding that stretch there, slowly come out of it and bring your left hand down beside your bum and lift your body up. Big breath, expanding to lift the hips up and away from you, reaching that arm back. Breathing deeply throughout that whole right side of your body, lengthening, and slowly release it back down onto the ground. Picking up that left ankle around the shin. Just find how it's comfortable for you. Play around with the arms and how you're holding that foot, and just see what you can do with that hip joint. My hips aren't like super open, so it's just about playing around and feeling into the hips where there might be tension and where you can bring it out. So I'm just going to bring the soles of my feet together and let my body hang forward. My feet are a little bit away from me, so just feel as though you're lengthening your heart towards your feet as you breathe into your lower back, your spine. See if that we can relax the shoulders and just feel that nice stretch in the lower back. Okay, let's lower it down and then inhale, lift it to boat, and exhale down. We're going to do this a few times. We're just rolling it down and then back up. So if needed, you can just leave your feet down or your toes down and simply roll halfway down with the body and back up. Or if you want to keep those arms and legs reaching up, you can. Really feeling it on the lower back, and I'm going to hang down here and Breath of Fire. I'm doing about 60 rounds, but if you're new to Breath of Fire is a forceful exhale and a passive inhale. Really the diaphragm's doing all the work for us. Keep pressing that lower back down into the ground as you pump with your breathing, keeping the shoulders relaxed. If your lower back is a bit tender, you can put your hands under your bum. Now just bend one knee in and the other extended and switch sides. Find that you can connect your breathing here just by matching. Maybe you inhale one side, exhale the other, or maybe one leg takes an inhale and exhale. Just find what works for you. Keeping your spine pretty stable here, your navel's drawing in toward it. Keep lengthening through, keep the shoulders relaxed. If this really strains your neck or shoulders, you can just put your head down on the ground. Finish on the side, opposite side to where you started. Slowly release there. And inhale, arms and legs straight up. Exhale, lengthen the arms behind you and the legs out. Inhaling up. And exhale it out. So here we want to make sure that we're keeping our back pretty flat and grounded, so the navel's being drawn down the whole time and we're not really lifting or arching back to release the legs and the arms away from us. If there's any abdominal stuff that starts to hurt your spine or your back, just back off. You don't need to overwork it. It's about a kind of slow and steady increase of strength and awareness to find that we're not hurting ourselves when we exercise. Release that, hugging the knees in, and then bring it into a twist. So bringing one elbow to the opposite knee, hold it there, breathing deeply. Reach that right arm across, round the outside of that left thigh, and then switch sides. So we're just relaxing, inhale, exhale to the other side, bring that left elbow over to the right knee, and then bring the arm across, lengthening the left foot away from the crown of the head, feeling that twist into our obliques. Lovely. Gently release, inhale back, and then hug the knees and roll ourselves up. Maybe just do one or two little rock and rolls there. Cross the legs, scooch it around behind you. Come into a nice downward dog here, breathing easy. Lots of space into our shoulders. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, through the tummy into our plank. Soften our knees and chest down to the ground. Inhale, lift it to your upward dog. Just let your shoulders and hips sway around a little bit. And I'm really pressing into my palms, lifting through my tummy and giving my abs a bit of a stretch here. Looking up, sticking the tongue out, breathing out, and then release. Sit back into a nice sort of child's pose variation here, tucking the toes under, reaching those hands forward. And then I'm going to bring my right hand underneath my body, reach it as far as I can, and take some nice breaths into my right shoulder blade. Every time I exhale, just feeling the release. Slowly let go of that one and come into the other side, lengthening that left arm across. Reaching, and then taking a couple nice big breaths, really in and under that left shoulder blade, so we really get to feel a good stretch there. Stretch and release to soften into those shoulders. Make sure we're not gripping any unnecessary tension. And we're going to transition just coming onto your elbows, lifting the bum up, and then take your time and actually press up into a nice downward dog. Gently put your knees down on the ground. Bring your right knee behind the left, and then sit your bum back. Obviously, we need to make space, so scooch the feet out from under you. This might look different on everyone, so just sort of feel it out. Make sure your knees feel okay. Let your body relax over the legs here. So really good stretch for our glutes, hips, and back. Breathe easy. Slowly release, and I'm just going to bring my ankle to knee. Again, if this doesn't work for you, come back into a nice easy cross-legged position and let yourself just hang down. Or you can always do what we did at the beginning, just by hugging your foot toward your chest and feeling out into those hips. And take your time lengthening and feeling. Obviously, when we stretch, we just want it to feel bearable or comfortable even. So if it's not easy to breathe in a position, that's a pretty good sign to back off and find a more comfortable position. Slowly release, coming back into a nice boat pose, and then exhale, release the legs back behind you. Coming into a little down dog here, all the way, soften your knees down and go around the other side. So putting your left knee behind your right and then sit all the way back. Seeing if those knees can come on top of each other and then lengthen the body forward. So still feeling the heaviness or the ease into the lower body. So the seat, and obviously we're going to get a stretch into our glutes and hips and back. But we're just breathing into that stretch. We're leaning into it. We're not forcing anything. We're just letting the body go to where it wants to go, and then using our mind to engage the body in softening and relaxing and really accepting the stretching sensations. Our mind is a lot more peaceful when it's in acceptance mode. So that's a good part of our yoga practice. Now just bring ankle over to knee, and again lengthen your body forward. Now on this side I'm just trying a different arm position, so I'm interlocking my fingers behind me and taking some nice big breaths into my arms and my upper back, and of course into my shoulders and neck as well. I'm one of those lucky people who unconsciously holds a fair amount of tension in my neck and shoulders, so I'm pretty mindful of giving myself a good stretch there. Shoulder stand's a good one for that, or just gently pulling the head down away from the shoulders, and that's always a nice one for me, I find. Okay, slowly release that back into our boat pose, and then I'm just gonna scooch it forward and let my feet roll all the way back behind my head. So here it is. This is one of those stretches that's great for unlocking some tension in the neck and the shoulders. I'm really feeling my hips lift up and my heels lengthen away from my bum, and then just soften your knees down into an ear pressure pose. Keep breathing into wherever you're feeling the tension. Maybe for you it's your lower back. For me it's really my entire upper back, neck and shoulders. So I tend to just sort of breathe here until that tension dissolves, slowly releasing it, using your tummy muscles to control and lengthen that spine down. Halfway meeting with the legs bending, we're coming into a nice happy baby position. Keep the whole body really relaxing, and just see how the arms can gently feel into your legs and gently pull them towards. So here I'm just doing a little fluid stretching, kind of lengthening and straightening the knees, feeling inward. I always call this bit intuiting your practice, so just letting your body kind of free flow, finding what stretches you might need, and doing a little squeeze before lying down in a Shavasana. Letting it all go. It's always nice to sigh a little, exhaling out through your mouth, vocalizing that sense of releasing stress, releasing tension that we're carrying in mind, body, and tension really does originate in our mind and what we're thinking about. So that's why we meditate, ultimately to purify our mind so that our mind isn't all distorted and stressing us out. So a good few moments here just to soften, relax everything, feeling the breath, feeling the vibration moving through your body. Then take your time, hug your knees, and roll back up into our seated meditation where we get to close our practice. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everybody. Have a great day.